A moment of respite.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second rendition of ImAKitteh Plays Darkest Dungeon. Let's go ahead and
I
get
cannot
started
tell
right
how much
away.
time has passed since I sent that letter.
Alright, so last time we left off, we got absolutely crushed by the Shambler's Altar. And we just recruited just everyone on the stagecoach, which is these four fellas here. Let's go ahead and see what we should be doing, because we don't have too much gold. And we need to make some decisions here. Do we want to level up some of their skills? Do we want to treat some of these characters right here? And I don't think I'll actually want to do that in terms of spending gold on them. So let's go ahead and take a look here. What we got? Retribution is definitely a must. See, this is putting me in a pretty tough spot because I know for sure I want Retribution. Now the question is, Defender I can see myself using, Bolster as well. So then the question is, I don't know. I'm not sure here. So guard, oh that's fantastic. That's also just excellent. And again, a really good negative quirk in terms of it really not having much of an effect on my hero or character. Problem is that unless I want to take her, which isn't the greatest idea because it will result with her negatively influencing these characters that I take with her. But honestly, her quirks, her positive quirks are really good, especially this one right here. So I think I am actually going to go ahead and treat her. And I'll just go ahead and toss these guys into the dungeon. Let's take a look. Leper, don't care. Don't care. Eh. That's not too bad. I don't really use Crusaders, or at least I'm not planning on it, not with my current hero lineups. But you know what? Let's go ahead and do this. Actually, no, I can't do a medium mission out to these guys. Let's take a look. What do we need in order to upgrade the stagecoach? Okay, deeds and crests. Alright, so let's get deeds here. Deeds and crests. Okay, fantastic. Let's go ahead and toss you in. This does not look bad at all. Let's go ahead and just get right into this dungeon. I'm kind of hurting for gold and items, so I'm going to be snuffing out torches in order to increase the amount of loot I get. Bandage, just for good measure. Actually 2, you know what, why not? Seems good. This is a pretty expensive expedition, but hopefully it'll be more than fruitful. Part.
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
Let's get started. Oh, very linear dungeon. Looks very well. Very good so far. Good deeds right off the bat. I forgot what else he got. Oh, he's got actually pretty nasty. Alright, well, you know what? I could actually... Oh man, this... Okay, so this is putting me in a bit of a bind here. You can do everything from slot 2, which you could do... Slot 2. Okay, so he could pretty much really use pistol shot and wicked slice from that. I can't let him use duelist because he'll move him forward, and then the man-at-arms would be at a disadvantage in terms of positioning. Okay, guess it doesn't really matter anymore. So let's go ahead and use duelist advance. Wait, do I want to really do that? No? No, I don't. Let's take her out, or try to at least. Bolster the party. Let's take a look. What do we want to do here? So yeah, this affects just one target. That's what I thought. Again, everyone except for... Wait. Everyone except for the back line. Okay. I don't quite understand why, but we'll go with it. Let's just attack random target. Increase her speed so she attacks first next turn. Or hopefully first.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Come on, what's the hit rate on that? What's the base accuracy? 80? Jeez. It's not great. So, guarantee that the ectoplasm doesn't get to cytokinesis, because that would kind of suck if I end up having to put up with more of those. I guess I'll keep using it. I mean, I don't really have much of a choice. I don't really want to have to spend a turn looking her about. It's not gonna be fruitful. It won't benefit me in any way.
Press disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
Okay, so this is nice. I'm gonna go ahead and snuff out the torch, even though I know that all this is gonna give me is food. Basically, it only gives food. But let's see if I get some gems out of it, or gold. No biggie. Seeing as how, you know, I just got a nice amount of food out of it, I'll go ahead and heal her since I don't really have one. Let's go ahead and increase dodge rate against these guys. I don't want to have to deal with blight. Just give me a moment here. I need to check something. I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. I apologize. Let's go ahead. She's still debuffed, so I'm going to wait out a turn. And let's go for the back line here. Excellent. Just fantastic hit. How much damage? 2 to 6. 4 to 9, so this one actually has a chance to execute. Let's try to pick up the blight dealers. I forgot to open up my Twitch channel and pop out the chat, so I apologize for that, and I'll go ahead and do that now. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and pop up the... Pop out the chat. It's not letting me for dumb reason. There we go. Pop out. Excellent. Okay. Sorry about that. Alright, and we're back. Let's attack him, mark myself. Alright, now my...
These nightmarish creatures can be
them around again.
can be beaten.
Okay, if I recall, when I use holy water on this, it will remove stress. So let's go ahead and confirm that. Excellent. Ah, fantastic.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Why not? That's essentially why I brought him here, because there's really, if I recall, only one curio, which is the tree stump with some webs on it, that would require the anti-venom. Let's go ahead and guard her since she's in the front line, and I don't really want that, actually. What can she use from the front line? One fire? Ooh, big crit, excellent. And sorry, if occasionally I take a moment to I say on a lot. Sorry if I take a moment to pause from playing. I respond to Twitch streaming chat and things like that, so sorry about that.
Be gone, fiend.
I think I'm pretty much gonna guard my... Oh, come on. Talk about unlucky. I think I'm gonna focus on having my man-at-arms pretty much guard the highwaymen non-stop.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
Take this. Now, the cool thing is that technically speaking, I can guard him all I want and he'll become invulnerable. So, unless they have AoE attacks, which they don't. Actually, the Acolytes might, but I'm not sure. Do I want to spend time healing, or do I just want to go for the kills here? Damage, at least. Because this heal is like miserable at the moment, miserably low. But her with an occultist or a Vestal on the same group, I can see huge bonuses. Jeez. Alright, that's one down. I think I'm gonna have to just scrap him after, so actually I don't really care if he dies anymore, because let's face it, with that lazy eye as one of his first negative quirks, it kinda makes him bad, like really bad. So, and oh man, that's the first time I've actually seen reposts, I cannot pronounce that, I'm sorry, actually work, and damn, it's that good, because it's just insane. Protect yourself, then you counterattack, that's huge.
Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss.
A bloody good shot. Mate, wait. Good shot. Wow, really? What is it, just 100% of... No, I didn't mean to do that. Because if that was 100% of battles, then the only other battles I would encounter are in the corridors, and I could just get a lot more treasure out of it. But, you know, this, technically, it paid for itself. I got a couple of deeds, a couple of crests. I think I pretty much gained twice the amount of gold that I spent, which is not bad at all. Okay, not bad at all.
I was lord of this place before the crows and rats made it their domain.
So now I can start to remove negative quirks. Though, I don't know if that's really something I even want to bother doing this early on without knowing, got a cultist,
To fight the
arbalist.
abyss, one must know it.
Let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a look. You know, I don't see myself using them anytime soon, so
Those
actually I
without the
really
stomach
enjoy
for
the
this place
arbalist,
must move
and
on.
I would very much like to actually have an opportunity of using additional skills. So let's go ahead and add her to the party, get her to the other grave robber, and you know, I cleared her. She's got no more stress and affliction, and she's got the yips. This is the spot, which, you know, as a healer, that's not really that big deal, and that is not a bad positive quirk at all. But let's go ahead and stay focused on her. Now, the thing is that until I can get Chant and Wound Care, these quirks really are not that useful to me. Yeah, I really enjoy the occultist on my other save before this patch. I had a team that was based around him, him and what was I think the bandit, if I recall, is the name of the other character that can utilize his mark vulnerability hex, which I honestly think this is what to look for when you're looking for an ability that marks a target. Like, what you got? See here, accuracy 100, damage modification negative 100%. So the only thing you're doing here is marking a target. But here, especially with this ability, it has high crit percentage. It actually deals some damage. It has 80% accuracy base, but negative 15 dodge. So this does so much more. It can hit. He can use it from any spot on any enemy's position, and it could do so much more than, you know, these kind of really, I'll say, lame abilities. So in terms of using these abilities to mark. So let's see, does he have his heal? Yes. I don't care about the weakening curse too much. I mean, it's hella strong. Abyssal Artillery, good for the backline. Let's see, I am probably going to end up swapping Hand of the Abyss with Vulnerability Hex, just so that I have a way to mark for a sniper shot here. So let's go ahead and do that. Get the Vulnerability Hex, and let's see, this is from spot position 3 and 4. So long as he has stuff he could do from position 1, I don't really think we're going to need to get Sacrificial Staff. And I'm always, well, generally speaking, I'm looking for... Oh, not bad at all. That's actually really good positive and negative quirks. Let's go ahead and change that. Now that I have him as a healer, do I still want to work on the Vestal? I don't think I want to dump any additional gold into her, even though I you know, there's this really good quirk that I'd still like to use. Well, Havduk. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Is it Javaduke or Havaduk? Because it depends where you're from. That the J would have its own sound. Did he tell you how the plus 15% to healing skills or damage actually works? Because generally speaking, okay, so Java, yeah. Sorry for saying Hava earlier. But let me find one. Because when it comes down to plus damage quirks or trinkets, I just realized I have this and I haven't equipped it yet. Oh, because I don't have a bounty hunter. When it comes down to, let me look, plus damage in runes. So here, this is this is for example a good opportunity for me to discuss it. Generally speaking, you see plus 15 damage. We'll look at Wicked Hack here. Wicked Hack has no positive or negative damage modifiers, so it means that this ability will deal 100% of whatever damage it says. So right now, because of her quirk, why does she have plus 20 from her quirk? Holy crap. Oh, right, she got rabies, so I was looking at the positive quirks and I didn't see anything. I didn't notice the rabies. Rabies is probably the best negative quirk in the game because it gives plus 20% damage. So the base damage is 6 to 12, and with rabies it's 7 to 14. So if you attack, you have a chance to deal 7 to 14 damage on an enemy. But here's the catch: when you look at an ability like Breakthrough that has negative 55% damage modification, that damage modification means that every hit, so she hits 3 enemies with it, enemy in position 1, 2, and 3, each enemy shall damage for 45% chance of this, 6 to 12%. But the way that the plus 20% damage quirk works at that point, at least as I know from the last patch, I don't know if they've changed it or not, I didn't see anything in the patch notes regarding a change. But the way that it's worked for me is that the plus 20% actually gets added to the minus 55%, so it actually becomes negative 35%. So you actually, instead of dealing 45% damage to each enemy, you deal 65% damage to each enemy. So because you're hitting 3 enemies, that 20% damage gets multiplied by 3. So technically speaking, instead of dealing 45% damage times 3, which is what this ability would do without any damage modifications, with plus 20% damage quirk or trinket to your hero, Breakthrough would actually deal 45% times 3 plus 20% times 3. So when it comes down to heroes that can damage multiple targets, and the best example I have for you would be the Highwayman, because Breakthrough used to be overpowered in past patches because it didn't have the minus 20%, minus 15 dodge debuff. So this was hands down one of the best multi-target abilities in the game. But now that it debuffs, you only use it in very specific scenarios. Grape Shot Blast, on the other hand, has no negative benefits to using it other than the negative 7% crit modification. But for example, if you have plus 20% damage quirk on the Highwayman, the Grape Shot Blast would deal minus 50% times 3. I'm sorry, 50% times 3, so 150% total damage, plus 20% times 3, because it's plus 20% damage per each hit to however many enemies you deal. So technically, instead of dealing 150% total damage, you'll deal 210% damage, which is why when it's going to come down to using plus damage trinkets, you'll want to use them on heroes that are like Highwayman, the Helion, and anyone that gets plus damage for marked enemies. Here, it's just because overall I think that obviously, you know, you have a marked enemy, and especially if you look at the bandit that deals a whole 100% additional damage to a marked enemy. So 200% damage to a marked enemy. If you have the plus 20% damage trinket, let's say, I'm pretty sure that that plus 20% damage is added to the base damage, and then is considered for the 100% damage addition. So your damage essentially gets doubled. Now, don't quote me on that. You may have to Google that, but at least that's how I figured the game would calculate that. I'm sure about the AoE, everything I said about the before, but in terms of plus 50 damage versus plus % damage versus marked, I'm not sure how the plus 20% damage trinkets are calculated. But anyway, I talked for a long time, and you are watching a live stream, not to listen to someone just to talk, I'm sure. So let's go ahead. I increased my roster so that I could have a little more room to add this additional healer here. It never hurts, you know. You know what? Why not? Just fill up the roster. And if you don't like them, just dismiss them. What kind of games do you usually play, Java? Like, other than Darkest Dungeon, which you just got recently. Okay, so all this does is adds protection percentages, which means that this is going to be 30, 35, 40, 45%. That is insane. Do you know how protection works? Oh, okay, that's fine. I used to play League of Legends several years ago. I played until the beginning of Season 3. I was ranked, what was it? I think 57th NA on League of Legends at the end of Season 2. So this is before the whole leagues and Diamond and things. No, I'm sorry, there was Diamond and stuff like that, but there was no like Challenger and such. But I since then moved on to Dota, but I'm not streaming Dota right now, even though I really enjoy it and it's really fun to stream it, because let's face it, trying and start off a Twitch channel from streaming Dota 2 and League of Legends is pretty much impossible unless you're famous and you already have a really big YouTube channel. So anyway, do you know how protection percentage works, how it's calculated, and what it really does to your hero? Yes, it makes your hero more challenging to kill or more difficult to kill, but do you know how it works per se? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at the additional benefits to the very bottom here of Retribution. When the hero reposts, he deals plus 20% damage, 5% more accuracy, so he will miss less, and he has a chance to crit as well, which is absurd. Also, excuse the chirping, I have a pet 4-week-old chicken that I'm taking care of right now. It was abandoned by its mommy, so I've been helping. Okay, so the way that protection is the way that it works, the way that it's calculated, and I will create a bunch of arbitrary numbers during my explanation just to kind of make it a little easier to understand. You know, I'm not gonna go with like 23% of 42 health. I'm not gonna do that. Assume the hero that gets the protection has 100 health, and he gets a 10% protection buff or trinket or whatever. The way that protection is calculated and is considered in this game is that 10% the percentage is taken out of the health. So 10% out of 100 health would mean 10 actual protection. And what the 10 protection means is that any physical attacks made by enemies, any attacks that aren't like blight, bleed, anything like that, attacks that would, let's say, you know, a skeleton attacks with a sword, if the skeleton were to deal 15 damage, 10 damage is reduced out of that 15, so the skeleton would only deal 5 damage. If a skeleton deals 1 damage, 5 damage, or 10 damage, and you have 10 block or 10 protection, and not 10%, I'm saying 10 protection, so 10% out of the 100 means 10 protection, you will block 10 points of damage. So very simply, think of the item, what was it? It was Doran's shield, I think? Yeah, I think it was Doran's shield or buckler or whatever from League of Legends that blocks a certain amount of base physical damage. That is exactly what I'm referring to. So to find out the amount of damage that you're blocking, you multiply the percentage of health, the percentage of protection by health. So if like you see here, it's going to go to 30, 35, 40, 45%. When you'll have 45% protection out of, let's say, 50 health, you'll be blocking okay, well, if it's 100 health, then it'll be 45. You divide that by 2, that's 22.5. So you'll block, holy shit, if you have 50 health, you'll block with max level defender 22.5 damage, which at level 4, 5, 6 dungeons, that's around where enemies hit. So it means that man-at-arms with max level defender will pretty much be invincible to anything but bleed, blight, or really damn hard attacks. Although you always got to consider stress in this game. Health doesn't mean anything. I have seen full health heroes succumb to 200 stress, which is again a new change with the last patch. The maximum is no longer 100 stress, it's 200 stress. 100 stress causes an affliction to happen on your hero, and 200 stress causes your hero, no matter what their health is, no matter who they are, to die of heart attack. Which, it's insane, it's overpowered, but hell, if you let your hero go to 200 stress, you know, some really bad shit happened during that dungeon run, that's for sure. The block actually lasts for as long as your hero is protected. So for example, if you get a 20% trinket, trinkets are on all the time unless the trinket has some sort of a special rule, like 20% protection if light level is over 50. Then, you know, light level 51 to 100, you'll have 20 protection. But that will, for example, if you never let the light levels go below 100 or 50, you will always have that 20% protection. So you can totally see how you get like 2 20% protection charms plus a level 5 or 4 defender or whatever, so you have 45% protection plus 40% protection from trinkets, 85% protection. You're pretty much invincible to anything other than stress, bleed, and blight. So but again, that 45% is only when you use this ability and for as long as it lasts. And generally speaking, I think that protection does only last just for one turn if it comes from skill. But quirks and trinkets that will give protection, that's just permanent so long as the specific needs for that ability are met. So light levels or stress level or whatever. Okay. Anyway, I've talked for a very... Okay, so this is a good example. You see these boots, 30% move resistance and 10% protection. This 10% protection is guaranteed, 100% of the time. So you get this on any hero, a Vestal, a Man-at-Arms, a Helion, a Crusader. That Crusader is guaranteed to get 10% protection. If he has 30 health, 10% protection means that he'll get 3 damage block or 3 damage reduction from every physical attack. Oh yeah, like he's pretty much a tanky support character. So you know, any melee hero that's also a support, any melee champion that's a support in League of Legends would be a great example. So he's pretty much, what's the name of that one hero? He's the ice, really buff guy. He has a mustache or a beard or something. I can't remember his name. I played him a lot when he came out. Because I come back to League of Legends every once in a while. Braum? Yeah, that's it. That's it. He's like pretty much Braum. He jumps in front of allies, blocks for them, and is just a really mean tank. His specialty is not to deal damage, it's to help defend his allies. And I really like him, and I see amazing just teams built around him, or him being a very, very big part of the team. Let's go ahead and do a medium-sized camp. A really quick way to just at a glance. I don't know if you've noticed this yet, but a really good way to see with a quick glance the size of the dungeon. So like short, medium, or large. Is you see these little spikes. Short dungeons have no spikes. Medium have 3, and long dungeons have 5 or 6 spikes around the picture. And then the pictures themselves, of course, show what the particular mission is. So this is just scout, so this is exploring 90% of the rooms. These are defeat 100% of the room battles. And room battles are specifically battles that take place inside of rooms, not corridors. Man, I want to take him, but his stress levels are actually pretty high. Excuse me. Had a drink there. Let's go ahead and take him. Do I really want to... You know, I don't think I need 2 healers, but the thing is that I definitely want to take the Highwayman. Problem is, his abilities are atrocious. It's almost necessary to have Grape Shot Blast. Pistol Shot's always solid. Open Vein, in my opinion, is superior to Wicked Slice 90% of the time, unless you're fighting someone like Skeletons that have 100% bleed resistance, at which point, obviously, the bleed will be useless, so then Wicked Slice becomes better. Oh, yeah, you're referring to Inspiring Cry, which is an amazing ability. Stress heal, heals a little bit, and also helps keep the torch up. Which, you know, now that you mention it, I'm thinking tossing the Crusader into this group would not be bad at all if I give him that ability. And just because you mentioned him with that ability, and because you like the Crusader, I figured, why not have him in my party? So let's go ahead. I'm not going to bother with Bulwark of Faith. Let's get him, and he'll pretty much be my stress. Wait. Okay, what? Okay, I just upgraded it. What was the benefit? Did anything increase by me increasing the skill? Torch was +6, stress was +4, and heal is 1-to-1 still. Damn. Well, I just got screwed. At least feels like it. Alright, so let's take a look. Let's move this over. I got my stun, I got my AoE, and I got my smite. Good. Let's see what his buffs are. Okay, so 35% stress resist, Very nice. Okay, now this is great, and just one thing I noticed is I think that there are new quirks now that actually increase, much like, well, actually, this is a great example. Plus 15 heal, plus 15% heal skill while in camp. So pretty much like instead of, I think that this works is, let's say we'll look at just if religious. I'm not going to go into lots of detail, but I think that the way this works is the same as damage percent addition. So I think it means that if religious, they'll get healed for 30%. So 15 plus 15 and 5 plus 15. So I'm thinking if this is true and he had this quirk plus 15% to healing skills while in camp, I think that this would actually heal for 25% and also reduce stress by 10, which would make this, if that were true, and I think it is, because if it's 15% of 10% added, which would mean that it heals for 11.5%, that's actually a really lame, weak quirk. So, this would actually be overpowered as hell. You heal all of your units for 25% of their maximum health and reduce stress for 10. That's absurd. So we equip this, and just as an FYI, during the dungeon itself you can actually rotate out these combat skills and the camp skills before you camp, or while you're in a corridor, or while you're in a room. So long as you're not in combat, you can change the skills. But anyway, let's go ahead and just get started, because I talked for a long time and that's not what we're here for. Now right now, where are we again? We're in the ruins, so there's no need for the anti-venom except for dealing with spiders. So I'll just take one for the hell of it. Let's take bandages. Now, usually this is considered a lot, especially this early on, but this is going to be a medium-sized dungeon, and I'm going to try to mess with the light levels, which is why I took 8 torches, even though I generally don't use them. I'm going to try and mess with the light levels and snuff out the torch right before I finish a battle. Or, oh shit,
and
this
what
is
better place to begin than the seat of our noble
not
line.
the greatest, but not the worst dungeon setup. Oh, just real quick, I don't know if the Steam overlay shows up, but if it does, wait, I don't know. Tell me if the Steam overlay shows up. I think it does, because this is still within Darkest Dungeon itself. Check this out. Hands down, one of the best guides, especially, I used it a lot, I still use it. You open this guide, and it's not my guide, so I'm not trying to endorse myself, but this is an absolute amazing guide. It shows, you know, all the different curios, all the things that you can interact with, what you can cleanse them with, what you get for not cleansing them, what you can cleanse, what things like, just check it out. I'll shut up, you know. Like, it tells you, you know, here's a chest, use this key or shovel on it, and if you do, you get better items, you know. So overall, just amazing guide, highly recommended. I've used it a lot, so. Ooh. Not bad, actually. So this is just a bunch of easy interactable objects that they don't have to deal with any battles. Now, stacks of books, there's no way to interact with them except for just on their own. However, you can use a torch and it will cause an effect to happen, but what it will do is actually cause an incredibly high stress to occur on your character, because you're burning books, and that's bad. But if you find a pile of scrolls on the ground, burn the crap out of those, because you're guaranteed to have negative quirk removed. So that's really damn good. Oh my god. Great way to start the game with one of my guys losing 80% of their health right from the get-go. Fantastic. Heal yourself. Oof, that is a good heal. Alright, alright, let's go ahead and do this. Try to take... Oh, man. Okay, so, I don't know if you've noticed the way that... I can't actually put the mouse on it, but all of the information under these... Really, the three to pay attention for is the hero to hit chance, hero to crit chance, and hero damage. So you can see the hero damage on this attack actually kind of sucks, but that's not too big an issue, because that's not the main idea behind this ability. It's not to deal damage. So I wanted to start the fight off by having him mark himself, which would result with, as you see, them being more likely to attack him. Let's go ahead. Do I want to heal him for stress, or do I want to deal damage to these guys? How much damage? 3 to 7. He has really high stress, so I'm actually going to work on reducing his stress first, so that oh, that was big. That was a big hit. Nice. I want to reduce his stress just so that they don't risk him being afflicted and then ruining the whole dungeon for everybody. Let's go ahead now and mark. Oh, I should have... No, I should not have used this earlier, because again, he didn't have health, so... Let's go ahead and heal him. I mean, he got crit for 15 on the very first turn, so... If that happens again, you know, I don't want him to get knocked out of the running here. Let's go ahead, buff the party up. Good. Now... Oh, he's not marked anymore, I just noticed. Interesting.
First disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
What's their speed? 5. My team's speed is 6. 3, 3, 7. So they're probably, not guaranteed, but probably going to attack before them, meaning that he won't be able to kill any of them because of his damage. So they'll probably, he'll go probably next, and then they'll go after them. That's just, again, these are all chances. It's not guaranteed. But I'm gonna count on them not dying first, and I don't want her to take additional damage, so I'm gonna go ahead and guard her, heal her with him, and then use them to attack. Alright, let's go ahead and start blazing through it. Well, that was very eventful. I healed her for 0 and she resisted the bleed, so really nothing happened. Oh, you're right, actually. I could just de-stress during camping. I forgot this is a medium-sized dungeon, because I've been talking for so damn much.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Oh, that was a big heal. Nice.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. blossoms.
Let's go ahead and snuff out the torch. Open this chest up. Enjoy the loot. And I am going to actually go ahead and use... Don't be afraid to camp really early on. I mean, I'm only in the, second, third room. But I'm gonna go ahead and camp because you get...
Together.
Okay, so this is really nice. Notice how...
Rats in a maze.
It's 0236 instead of 0248 because of his stress faster. His stress is over 50, so he's consuming no food, essentially. Nice. So they're fully healed. Stress reduced significantly. Let's take a look here. Okay, so I'm going to increase his stress and buff her for 20% because she has the Ebola shot, so that's plus 20% times 2 actually, because as we discussed earlier, oh, that's actually not bad at all. As we discussed earlier, AoE attacks get multiplied benefits from plus damage. Hey, Peeper. Come here, baby. Chip, 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 chip. Sorry, I know I sound like a dummy, but I mean, you can hear her. She wanted to be held. Come here. Sorry about that. Alright, now I need to think, do I want to work on buffing him? I mean, this is one hell of a buff, but the problem is that he's really not a damage dealer per se. Or do I want to just do things that benefit the whole party, like this, for example? Let's go ahead. Yeah, you know what? A little bit of speed can't hurt. Let's reduce. Okay, wait. Does anyone else in the team have that 10% reduce stress? I mean, not 10%. Sorry, 10 reduction. No. Right, well, in that case, I think I'm just gonna go for the stress reduction here, rather than buffing him for a little bit of damage. Excellent. Alright, so at the end of the day, the buffs end at the end of the dungeon, the stress carries over, and, you know, he started out the dungeon with 80 stress, and now he's in a much, much better place. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead, take a moment, and just put the birdie back in the cage, so I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Ah, great. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, now I got the crap scrambled out of my party. Damn. Well, let's go ahead with guarding our weaker allies that are in the front. Go and mark their backline so that we can snipe him with the arbalist. go ahead and stun him, reduce the enemy's damage for the next turn. Now, damn, 6 to 15 damage. Excellent. Practically one-shotted. Now, one thing to note, and you know, I figured you can probably find this, but just I'll point it out anyway. You can always, when it comes down to do I want to or who do I want to use the occultist's heal, since it has a chance to bleed, each hero has a certain, you know, resistance to bleeding, and this increases as they level up. There's obviously also trinkets and quirks that can increase or decrease bleed chance, chance to be bled, and also there are trinkets and quirks that, well, I don't think quirks, but there are trinkets that can increase or decrease the chance for skills to bleed as well. So there are, I know there's a trinket that's really good on the occultists. I mean, there's new ones now that can actually increase the potency of healing skills, and that's definitely the one to get. Like, you get to plus 20% healing trinket, so that's plus 40% on maximum level reconstruction. That's 40% added to the maximum chance of healing for 20, so you could get like a 28 heal or something crazy like that. Where was I going with my point? No, I was saying something. Oh yeah, there's a trinket that can, oh, big crit, love it.
Nightmarish creatures can be felled, they can be beaten.
There is actually, I'm gonna go ahead, oh man, I don't want to go to this room, but I kind of have to. I don't know if there is a fight in it or not, but I have to find out, which kind of sucks, really. Anyway, there's a trinket that increases bleed resistance and decreases the chance for skills to bleed, and that's like, that trinket has the occultist's name all over it. And yeah, I'm glad I went here, because if I skipped it and tried my luck and went to these rooms, then I would have had to walk all the way back, because there's still a fight to be had here. Now I'm starting to, sorry, I had to move my microphone away because I keep hitting it. Do I want to heal? Or do I want to try to take out their backline? I'll take him out because he still has his turn, and you know, I take him out, that's better than stunning him. It's just not a fight. I kind of think he needs to be healed just a little bit. Boy, am I happy I got a 10 healer there. Come on. yes. That was the high end. It was 3 to 6. I got a 6. I'm happy. That's 43% protection right now. So 43% of 31. He has almost 15% protection right now, which technically doesn't make much sense because I still took 2 damage. So that means this guy would have hit for like, what, 10 damage or something like that? That's a lot. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you.
The light, the promise
That
of
is
safety.
the wrong button. There we go.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave.
Alright, now I'm gonna walk down corridors for a while, and I don't want to have to take a bunch of extra
The path is clear.
stress damage unnecessarily.
The strength to follow it.
Just walking down the corridors grants stress, as you see, but you take more stress damage if the torches aren't lit. So. Who has the highest trap disassembly percentage? Okay. Yeah, let's take the guy with the least amount of health and hope that he'll have 20% chance of disarming the trap. Yay. Good luck. Oh, that hit hard.
Lie in wait.
Sorry about that.
Men thirsting for blood.
Yeah, there's an interactive object here. Okay, this gives protection, I think. Use it. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry about that. Look here. Let's go ahead and stun him. You know, I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm in a tough spot. Do I want to sorry about that. Do I want to I don't know how long this plus 20% healing received buff will stay on him, but you know, let's just go for it. Axe blade. Is it an axe? Is it a blade? Who knows? Buy one today. Oh yeah. That plus 20% heal received definitely coming in handy. Oh shit. I can't finish a sentence. No, she can't use any of her abilities. Sorry. She can't use any of her abilities right now. Go for repost again. Take him out. Yes, thank you. How loud? Okay, flying armor. Come on. Manadar was like, bitch, get out of my house. Get out of my fearful house. I'm so scared. How flawed my strategy. That's actually what he sounds like, by the way. Holy mama! Holy shit! Oh my god. Plus 20% heal received, high-end crit heal, and then a crit heal. That's insane. I really like that new addition, although honestly I think heal crits should, just like regular crits, they should reduce stress. Bitch, eat my mace. Is the plus 20% heal buff still on? Damn, that buff lasts forever. That was like, what, 2-3 turns? Actually, that's not forever turns, just forever. But anyway, I digress. This kind of sucks.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
Oh, baby. Let's just finish this battle out. I should have probably done this way earlier. Minus 30% and minus 10 accuracy, and I'm like, oh no! What? No, no need. Then again, I didn't heal my allies, but still.
Remind yourself that overconfidence.
Alright, let's go ahead and give protection to him. No. My Crusader? Yeah, why not? Okay. Let's find out if the suit of armor actually doesn't have any sort of interaction. Cleanse with cannot be cleansed, yeah. So using it gives 75% chance to be buffed. Huzzah! Oh, it gave me a quirk instead of a buff. That's... I'll take it. I'll take it, sure. Yeah. I don't want to have another battle if I can avoid it.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
The problem is I'm out of food and I can totally... let's go ahead and actually reduce stress on... There's no point in reducing his stress. It won't remove the affliction, so because he's more likely to make them be stressed, I'm gonna go ahead and reduce their stress instead. Alrighty, sorry about that. Yeah, I was looking around. How are you doing, Dee Dee? Nice to meet you, and thanks for hopping in. Let's see. Now these bastards have pretty high dodge, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and spitter first. I do not like that venom that's on this. I do have anti-venom, but I definitely like to take it out of here. Take out the...
Wait for the slightest lapse in concentration.
Well, that's why I'm trying to... I'm just saying things. Sorry.
Mortality clarified.
Oh, come on. Really? Alright, let's go ahead and have him mark himself. I can't move him forward, I can move backwards. Like, I want to move him forward, I don't really want to move him backwards, and there we go. This marks the spot I die. I will not move from this spot, because YOLO swag. And there we go. Now everybody's back in order.
Injury and despondence. Stage for heroism or cowardice.
Hey Java Duke, if I'm counting on you, new man. If people hop in, oh man, what a crit! If people hop in and I don't respond in time because I'm too busy, like I just don't check the chat right away, please keep them busy for me, so that they don't leave. They're like, well, I guess you're busy, and go ahead and scutter away. That guy didn't even wait. Like he said hello. A minute later, guess you're preoccupied, and then left. It's like, damn, give me more than 60 seconds to respond, bro. I'm trying to do my best. These battles are lasting for quite a while, because at these early levels, just the damage that these... I don't really have damage dealers, I guess is a good way to look at it. I say that and he takes it too. Okay, there we go. See, this is what I need. Now, this actually deals minus 40%, technically speaking, so 60%, 60%, so plus 20% benefit. And who gives a shit about a dodge? Alright, let's go ahead and snuff out the torch.
Secrets and wonders.
Oh no, I don't have what do you call it? Holy water. Alright, let's go ahead and... The thing is that the man-at-arms kind of does... I don't know why I did that. Well, actually I do. I didn't even mean to do that. I wanted to click on him and see some stats about him, but the man-at-arms already does what the Crusader should be doing, which is, you know, be the frontline kind of tank guy. So using him in the role of a damage dealer alongside the Arbalist, I don't really see too much of a benefit for him being in this particular party. I could see a Highwayman or the Hellion taking his place as like a front line-ish. The Highwayman's not necessarily front line per se, but he can do well in a position 2 or position 3 without too many issues, especially if he has a tank like the Highwayman. I mean the man-at-arms form. The problem, I think, with this party setup is that every single one of them has a single role, and the only role that, well, each hero, technically speaking, has 2 roles, but wait, do I have any more keys? Yeah, whatever, it's unlocked, so who gives a shit.
Darkness closes in, haunting the hearts of men.
Great. So happy I snuffed out my torches for that. Oh, wait, no, go back. No, this is nice because I scouted. I know I could just waltz in here, do this. That did absolutely nothing. Great. And then walk right back in. And keep in mind, this is actually something that you can do. Alright, so the map gave me the position of all of these interactable objects, but I think we're gonna have to abandon this quest. Which isn't a big deal, I got a ton of these. Yeah, I definitely have to abandon now.
There can be no hope
But
in this hell.
it's not a problem because I got a bunch of treasures and a bunch of heirlooms. Oh, this right here. Love it. Oh, look at that. A quirk that gives 10% protection. Fantastic. Not bad. This, I think, is one of the best stunning abilities. It's a 2-person stun, and if you like set her to where you want her to be the stunner in the group, like you don't care about the damage reduction. You just go to town. You know, it's bugging me how I cannot... I'm sorry, I need to message a couple of friends real quick. Alright. Let's take a look here. Leper. Accuracy crit. This is good for, like, she'll be a good part of low. light. Oh, creeping cough. No, this is definitely this. Like, you don't want to pick someone up like that unless you absolutely desperately need that kind of hero. Sorry about that. Alright, do I want another occultist? I already have two, right? One. Let's do my class. No, I only have one. So let's go ahead, toss him in. I'll get rid of. I'm thinking of a pretty interesting combo I could do here, but the thing is that I'll need to wait for them to get de-stressed, so I can only do it next turn. But I'm thinking Man-at-Arms plus Occultist plus two of them, and then what I can do essentially is mark a target and have both of them use their, like, this ability, Sniper Shot, which deals extra damage and crit percent chance to marked enemies, and just shred through enemy waves. I think that may be fruitful. Of course, I still need to find out, but doesn't seem like too bad of an idea. Just gotta try it out. I don't see myself using him anytime soon, so let's go ahead, toss him out. He's just taking up space. Alright, let's take a look here. Still not particularly rich by any stretch of the imagination, but I do think I'm gonna have to dump some gold into recovering them. Okay, well, this is gonna be a pretty... Oh wow, that's... I've actually never seen artifact like this. This is pretty damn nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go for this for sure. Let's see. Do I think here? Doesn't seem like a bad idea. I don't see myself really using Rallying Flare at all, so I'm gonna go ahead and swap that ability out for something else. Do I want to get Volva or... Wait, I have to get Mark. But then again, do I really want to dump gold for him? I don't think so. Let's go ahead and get that. And embark, because I really don't have any gold right now. Let's go ahead and give her that trinket. Oops. I have helium. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for the next couple of hours after this particular dungeon run, because I got a doctor appointment. But after that, I'm gonna go ahead and get back on, and I'll probably stream for another hour or two afterwards. So I'll probably be back around 4, so 2 hours from now. Why is it taking so long to load? I think the game may have crashed. It doesn't say it's non-responsive, but go ahead and restart it anyway.
Ruin has... The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line? Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
Oh, come on. Talk about unlucky.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Pull him forward so that he'll only be able to use knife in the dark.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Okay, so this is essentially You sacrifice your healing in order to make him deal more damage. Which, technically speaking, is what I'm doing right now.
Ambushed by foul invention. Mortality clarified in a single strike.
Would not have been good at all if she didn't get pulled.
Be gone, fiend.
Oh, phenomenal.
Blow. These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies. Mechanical hazards possessed by evil intent. Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration. As life ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves. Injury and despondence set the stage
Really?
for heroism or cowardice.
Well, I don't think I even dumped any gold onto her, so it's not a big deal.
How quickly the tide turns. And now the true test. Hold fast or expire. As victories mount, so too will
Not bad at all.
resistance.
Do I want to snuff the torch up or not? No, I don't. I think every single one of these rooms so far has had enemies in it. They are just focusing her down. Damn.
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound. Fear and frailty finally claim their due. Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss. Perched at the
so
very
confused.
precipice of oblivion. A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless. More
got a little
bones
bit extra
return
food.
to rest. Devils remanded to their abyss.
Jeez.
I remember days when the sun shone and laughter could be heard from the tavern.
Alrighty, not bad. Still kind of struggling to gain gold, but that's just the way of the game. Alright, well, thanks for tuning in, guys, and as I said, I'll be back on in, let's see, 2 hours, maybe less. Alrighty, have a good one. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good day. Bye bye.